Drinking buddies. It's about time I start a new series. This one's going to be shelf versus allocated versus unicorn. Let's dive right in.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So it's about time we find out how much better these allocated bottles and these unicorn bottles really are. Because I think that this rare breed rye is one of the best bottles you can buy on shelves regularly. But is it dramatically better to buy the allocated version or maybe even the unicorn version? So what do we have here today? So we have rare breed rye. It's about $47. And it is 114. This one's 112.2 proof. That can vary because it is barrel proof. So each batch can be slightly different. Non-chill filtered, great. Russell's product, wonderful. You can buy it on the shelf all the time. This one is a lot harder to find. This one is allocated and jumps up to between $85 and $90. And it is 104 proof. Once again, non-chill filtered. This is a single barrel, so they might vary a little bit from batch to batch. But yeah, so this guy, a little bit harder to come by. Is it worth the difference? Almost double the price. Now we're gonna go over to the $200 range. So now you could buy 4 of these bottles for 1 of these bottles. Is it worth it? So this is going to be, it's not quite a rye. I understand these 2 bottles are rye. This Unforgotten is gonna be a blend of bourbons and ryes that's finished in rye barrels. So for my money, it basically tastes like a rye, and it has rye in it. So that's why I chose to use this bottle for the flight. 104 proof, 105 proof. Also similar proof to our allocated bottle. Let's find out if it's worth it to buy the allocated bottle or the unicorn. I have a feeling all 3 of these I'm going to love. This is awesome. So this is bright and citrusy with butterscotch. Oh, I love the nose on here. Palate is loaded with cherries. Great finish. Continues on. Wow, still going on. A lot of cherry, a lot of vanilla. A little bit of black pepper. Whatever's in glass A is excellent. Ooh, it's very similar nose. Very similar nose. I'm getting butterscotch and like citrus zest. Maybe a little bit older nose here. I could be wrong on that, but it's got a little bit more of like a damp wood note. Yeah, that is great. Black pepper and cherry again. This one's also got a little bit more butterscotch on the palate than the last one. Yeah, rice spice comes to this part. It comes here more. It's that rice spice flavor. It's kind of like pumpkin spice or cinnamon and nutmeg, that type of thing. And that's definitely coming to play here more. Let's check out glass 3. Oh, wow. Okay, so I thought the first 2 were citrusy. This is way more bright and citrusy than the last 2. But a little bit of that damp wood thing that I noticed on the second glass. Like fresh rain on some nice oak. That one definitely has the best viscosity, like the best mouthfeel. That's the hottest, I think. Could be wrong on this. When I go through them again, that might change, but not as good of a palate as the other 2. Strong finish though. So palate was really bourbon, vanilla, and butterscotch, and the finish is really cinnamon and like pumpkin spice. All 3 are really good though. I'm gonna go through these again. I'll either fast forward through this or cut it out completely. but then we'll try to figure out which one's the best. So a couple things I noticed on the second way through. I'm going to be happy no matter how this shakes out because I love Wild Turkey and I'm going to buy almost everything that I can find from them. But that might not be the right thing to do for you. So if these end up being pretty similar, I'm going to say that means you should probably stick to buying these guys and ignoring something like this, or maybe even just sticking to this and ignoring the rest, because there's not a dramatic difference. I'm not going to say that one is like, boom, so much better, slap to the face better, because it's not. Glass 2 is my favorite, followed by Glass 1, and then Glass 3. And there is a little bit of a drop off between these two. I think I like these two more. It's going to be really interesting if this ends up being the Master's Keep Unforgotten, because maybe that just means I'm more of a rye guy than I think I am, because these two are slightly ahead. But let's figure out, I'll go least favorite first for fun. So my least favorite was this one, and it ended up being, that was the rare breed. Unfortunately, it did kind of stick out as being the weakest of the three, but I don't believe that this is 4 times as good. And I'm assuming right now that it's the Unforgotten, but I don't know if it is. Let's find out. Yep. And it ended up being the Unforgotten. So the Unforgotten was the best, and the second best was the Russells. So I did place them in order of price. The best one was the most expensive. The second best one was the second most expensive. And the third one was the third most expensive. So what does this mean? Chances are the higher cost of the bottle, oftentimes that means slightly higher quality. That isn't always the case, but that is often the case. Now, if your budget allows you to buy a $50 bottle, buy this. If your budget allows you to buy a $100 bottle, buy this. If your budget allows you to buy a $200 bottle, maybe buy one of these and 2 of these. Because this and this were like neck and neck. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna give, I know that I picked the unicorn as the winner, but I'm gonna go ahead and give the win to the allocated bottle because of how much cheaper it is. This is less than half the cost and it was only barely better. So the winner today, I'm calling the allocated bottle. Let me know what you think of this in the comments. Tell me what bottles below you might want to see me challenge. So I was thinking about maybe doing like Buffalo Trace versus Eagle Rare, and then maybe like Eagle, maybe like a Colonel Taylor single barrel, something like that. I want to keep the proofs kind of similar, so I don't want to be like Buffalo Trace, Eagle Rare, and then Stag Junior. I don't want to do anything like that. I want to keep the proofs kind of similar. So the goal here I have is to try to figure out how much better the unicorns are. Are they better at all? Are they worth hunting? In this case, I'm going to say hunt the allocated bottle. The unicorn was great, but maybe not quite as good as double the cost. Well, thank you for watching, Drinking Buddies. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber, and like the video. If you stayed this long, the least you can do for me, hit that like button. It really helps out the channel a lot. It'll be your good deed for the day. Hit like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Thank you.